Good morning, YouTube, and welcome back to Fernvalley Farms Beekeeping channel. If you're first time on the channel, welcome. My name is Vince, and welcome. All right, it's a sunny day. It's pretty nice actually out here right now. It's almost the end of November. The weather's been pretty nice. The last, pretty much all November's been pretty decent here. But it's coming. And when I say it's coming, I mean snow. Not too bad, but it's going to happen. It's the end of November. Usually we up here, this northern Illinois, we don't get a whole lot of snow. I mean, you can get snow in November. We've already had a little bit, but it's just wet. It just makes everything messy is all it does. You can get it in December, and you can get a snowstorm in December up here. Generally the big snows, January, February, and you can really get nailed in March sometimes too. So what they're talking about today, you can't tell. It's beautiful. It's only about 9:30 in the morning right now. The sun's up. It's pretty nice out here by the bees. But they are talking snow tonight. Not a lot, but snow is just going to make everything wet because the ground is still soft. Nothing's frozen yet. It's not going to be snow plowing weather or anything, but it's going to make everything white. So we'll see what happens. And just because they say it's going to snow doesn't mean it's going to. So anyways, but what I'm doing today, I've been kind of putting this off because it hasn't been that cold out, but I want to semi-insulate the bees, get them ready for winter. They're already built up as far as their stores. The hives are already set. The clusters are pretty decent. I got a couple of them that are a little small, but hopefully we keep our fingers crossed. They make it through the winter okay. But what I want to do, and I've been waiting to do this because it hasn't been that cold out yet. I don't want my hives too warm. I know that's going to sound stupid, but here's my thought. If you get them too warm, especially when you're going into winter, if they eat up all their stores because they're just constantly active, then they're going to run out. But we're going to feed extra anyways. I know that sounds dumb, but my point is you want your bees to cluster at night when it's cold, or me anyways. I want my bees to cluster at night when it's cold, and then during the day they uncluster, they fly. It's been nice out. Go to the pollen substitute feeder, which they haven't touched that yet. But because they've got pollen in the hives, they've got honey in the hive. So during the day, they can fly, go out, do a cleansing flight, eat a little bit, cluster back up at night. If that hive is warm, constantly too warm, they're going to eat up all their stores pretty quick. Which, okay, fine, then you just got to make sure you feed them, which I'm going to feed them anyways. Probably not until, probably sometime in December. I'm going to put dry sugar in, but I'm going to get it set up right now because pretty soon, the hammer is going to drop, and it's just going to get cold, and I don't want to open anything up. My biggest concern, which is all of our biggest concerns, is condensation building up in the hives. Go inside like a metal pole barn building sometime, especially in the winter time. You'll see the inside of the pro rib, the metal building. It's kind of like my honey barn that I built. That's why I insulated the inside, the ceiling in there. Condensation won't build up because there's insulation on the inside of the roof. If you don't have insulation on the inside of the roof, that metal building, it's going to get frost, it's going to freeze at night. If you get a nice warm day, during the day the sun comes out, it's just going to drip down. It's going to melt, it's going to drip down. My indoor arena, my big barn up here, you can see here. My big building, there's no insulation in that roof, and that's fine. But in the springtime, or on a warm day anyways, even in the wintertime, you get a nice sunny warm day and that inside of that building is all wet. As soon as the sun comes out, you can stand there just dripping on you, and dripping. Now my shop, which is right over here, this little building right there, that's my shop. I insulated the roof on that, and it's not being insulated to keep it warm, because there's no way you're going to keep it warm. It's not built for that. It's insulated to prevent condensation, water dripping on all my tools, my equipment, whatever in there. Same thing with my honey barn, which you can't see from right here. I didn't want all that condensation dripping on all the honey equipment and all over the floor, getting everything wet. So you insulate it, it prevents condensation from dripping. Now, same thing with the bees. It gets cold at night, it gets frosty, it gets cold, it gets frosty, it thaws, that water, that condensation can drip down on your bees, and now you're going to kill your bees. Bees don't like water, and they don't want to be rained on. So if you get condensation built up inside your hive, it freezes at night, it's going to thaw in the morning, it's going to drip down on your bees, it can kill your bees. So we want to prevent the condensation. And the way I do that is, my insulated inner covers, and I have videos on how I built these. And actually, I'm going to do another video. I've got a couple more. I think there's one more downstairs I got to build, but I've got enough for right now. But I've got one started just so I could do a video, and hopefully I get that video out. If not, you can go back in my playlist on building your own beehive equipment. It's in there how I did this, and all this is an inch and a half insulation. It's just 1x4 frame. It's got 3/8. I think this is 3/8 plywood on the bottom. There's a hole with a screen. The whole idea of this is sits up on top of your hive. This insulation is going to prevent condensation. So it sits down this way. So the plywood is down on top of your bees. So I got my inner cover. And actually I got one other step, but I'm going to show you in a second here. But the insulation is going to prevent the condensation dripping on your bees. It's going to prevent that. But there's a vent hole, so because you want the moisture to escape. Again, I forgot to mention that. You want the moisture to escape. If all that moisture stays trapped in there, that's what's going to condensate and drip down on your bees. If the moisture can escape, then you don't have to worry about that. And you can see on my roofs here, you know, there's vent holes here too, so the condensation, so the air can get out. So if you have it totally sealed, that condensation can't escape and it could drip down on your bees. So I want that all to escape. So that's why I have this with this, I think it's like a 2-inch hole, and I've got a piece of screen so the bees can't get through this. But the first thing I put on, I kind of invented these myself. I really like them. I've got the ideas from other people, but I just call this a screen, like a screen feeder box type thing. All this is 1/4 inch, it's a 1/4 inch, no, 1/2 inch screen. Here again, the same size as that box, made out of 1x4. But you can see I got vent holes on this too. I want that moist air to escape. It's still going to keep the heat in, but you want some of that moisture to escape. So I got holes on the back of this, and I've got an upper entrance right here. So this is going to go, I'm going to take the roof off. I'm going to put this on top of the inner cover so the bees can come through here. Now the whole purpose of this is where we come to the feeding part, which is over here. These little plastic trays that I got. All these are like lunch trays, but I found some small ones. And what I do here, so I got my inner cover. I put this on top of the inner cover. This sits right here, and I put the dry sugar on it. Now the bees can come all the way around this, come up to the dry sugar, and then the insulated cover goes on top of that. So the moisture, all the moisture can rise, escape, and get out the vent holes. It's still going to keep the hive warm, but now the bees can come through this, to get to that. Now I am not putting dry sugar on today. It's too soon, but I am getting this set up because I know what will happen. I keep putting this off, and all of a sudden the temperature is going to drop like a rock, and I don't want to open the hives up when it's that cold out. So I'm going to have this all set up. So all I'm going to have to do now is when probably sometime in December, I'm going to put dry sugar on here. They really don't need it, mine anyways, don't need it right now because the hives are all pretty heavy. When I pulled my 8-bar strips out, I had to tip my boxes anyways to get the strips out. I could feel the weight in there. So there's plenty of honey stored. But what happens is your bees get to about February or March, they run out of, up here anyways, in northern Illinois, where things don't start blooming yet, they run out of stuff to eat, they starve, they die. It's just that simple. They got no food, they die. So you want to put the dry, we up here, I do it anyways, a lot of people do it. They put the dry sugar in, so if they run out of honey, they can get in there, come through the top, and they got dry sugar to eat. It's just an insurance policy is all it is. And here again, I'm going to pick a nice day in December, and I'm going to put the sugar in, cover it, and then leave it. I'm not going to touch them again. But they don't need sugar right now. I know they don't. There's plenty of honey built. They've stored plenty of honey from the goldenrod and everything else. So all we're going to do today is put the feeder box on, put the insulated cover over that. That just because some of these nights have been getting down into the 30s, so 30s, 20s a couple times. I was a little concerned about it, but during the day the bees are out flying. So hopefully all I got to do here, I didn't bring my veil out here with me. I knew I was forgetting something. All I want to do is lift the covers, put these on, put it, and be done. So let's go ahead and get started here. I'm just going to get all these set up, and all I got to do is go right down the line, lift the lids, put them on, and be done. Hopefully I don't need my veil. If I have to get my veil, I'll stop this, run up, and go get it. Oh my God, here. I only got one hive I'm a little concerned about. That first one down there, that's my meanest hive. Hopefully I just get in, get out, and be done. So we'll find out. And you need one. Right, okay. And the bees are actually out flying a little bit. It's getting nice out. The sun's coming up. It's pretty nice. So I'm going to try and get to that one really quick before. The rest of them aren't too bad. If you just kind of lift them up, this time of year they get a little cranky. But yeah, these plastic trays are really nice. I found these on either eBay or Amazon. Actually, the small ones I found on Amazon. I couldn't find the small ones on eBay, but I'm sure they're there somewhere. But these work out really well. You know, you can go buy those little the little baking pans. You go like to the dollar store, to like an inch tall, but those are just really flimsy, and eventually they're just going to get all twisted up. I just wanted something nice and solid. So let's get down to that first one really quick before they all get out. Yeah, I really don't feel like getting eaten alive by a bunch of bees here, so I'm going to put this on just in case. All I'm going to do is where's my table at? Just going to lift the lid, put the box on, put the lid on, and be done. Real quietly. There, now they can't bother me. You see how this works? Your inner cover, you got your feeder box, your insulated cover. This is going to help them keep some air in. They can't get out of here, but the air can escape. And all you got to do is lift this up. I'll show you on a different hive. I don't want to mess with this one too much. Let's just get these guys covered up. Yeah, I'll show you on this one what it looks like. I got one here. So here, like I said, they can come through this, and they got the upper entrance right there. Put the tray right in the middle. And that's what it looks like. You know, another reason why you want to do this early too, is you don't want to wait too long and have to start breaking stuff apart. I mean, just taking the inner cover off really isn't breaking any propolis or anything. That's why I'm not touching taking the roof off isn't breaking any propolis. If you start popping the inner covers off, you're going to break any kind of seals, because the bees are going to seal off with propolis, anything where air can get through it. You don't want to break any of that, going into winter especially. Can you see that okay? You can see the bees. I don't know if you can see them in there, but let's not get them angry. When I first designed these things, I actually put an upper entrance on here. You can see it right here, but it's blocked off now. I had too many entrances going, so I just have the upper entrance, another upper entrance on the screen feeder box, but not on the insulated cover. But now all that moisture can still escape. So all I gotta do when the time comes, take the lid off, lift the insulated cover, pour the sugar on there, shut it, and done. We'll get these other 3 done here really quick. More trays. Three trays. Let me show you this really quick. Look how big this colony is. There's a lot of bees right there. Let's not anger them. Let's not anger them. Put this on. Here they come. Put a tray on. Tray. Put the roof. Let's not get anybody angry. This time of year, they get pretty cranky. You start messing with them. It's cold out. They think you're taking their stuff. A couple of them. See that? Sorry, girls. I'm not messing with you. See that? Okay. Forgot to put this in, so we're gonna do this really quick. There. And I had the camera turned. You missed that one, but I forgot to put the tray in, so I put that in really quick. These hives in general are really nice to work actually, but this time of year get a little angry. So let's get this a little closer. Real quietly. I didn't seal this one off. Well, this one's going to have two upper entrances. I forgot to close that one off. There's an upper entrance right here. I forgot to block that one off. See, the bees are coming out already. Hey, look. So there's an entrance here. I mean, it really doesn't matter. I'm not sure why I'm even wearing gloves still. It's pretty nice out now. There. Take these off. Okay. I'm not messing with you, don't worry. See how irritated they get? Let me come over here. We'll get these two done really quick. Okay. Can you see this? That's great. Isn't it funny how different See? Yeah, let's go get them covered. Well, they can't get out now. Don't worry, I ain't taking your stuff. I'm kind of glad I seen what I just seen in that one, because that hive was a little on the smaller side, so there's a pretty good cluster up there, which I like. This one I'm a little concerned about. It's not as big, but it's going to go into winter with a single deep. So see the bees right there? It's this way. Oh. Let me put this down. There. That was actually good to see that cluster of bees right there. But we're gonna just leave them alone. I'm gonna make sure I didn't put any of these on backwards. I don't think I did. And like I said, I think only one of them's got an upper entrance on the cover, but on the insulated cover, but it ain't gonna make a difference. Okay, I just wanted to make sure the one here, hive whatever number that is, doesn't have it's got an upper entrance, but I wanted to make sure I wanted to make sure on the insulated cover the upper entrance was facing that way, which is south. This is north, and you get snow. You get snow and rain blowing out of that direction, so I want to make sure it wasn't getting in there. But now, like I said, there are vent holes here, but the vent holes, unless if you go back on these videos and watch, the vent holes are cut at an angle down, so if it does rain, the water will hit it and drip right off. Not much at all will get inside the hive, so that's what you want. But like I said, if you go back through some of these videos, go back to my building your own equipment stuff, you'll see how I made this stuff. And I can link that actually in the information card here at the end on building your own equipment. So that's about it. Now the only thing, the next step that's going to be is going to be wrapping these guys with insulation. I have 3/4 inch foam insulation that I have cut. I went a little overboard building this stuff, but I wanted to make it sturdy so it's going to last. I got 3/4 by 3/4 inch wood on either side of it with black Gorilla Tape or gray. It's either Gorilla Tape or it's gray duct tape, the good stuff, and I've got it taped down, and I'll show you when we get to that part. But it's way too early to wrap these hives yet with insulation. It's still too warm out. That might get done sometime in December before the really cold weather really gets here. But when we get to that part, we'll do a video on that. And I'll do a video when I go to feed these guys. So for right now, that's about it. And if you want to listen in, you can put your, and I've showed you guys this before, these cost you about a whole 50 cents to make. You buy the elbows, which are like 23 cents. You buy one piece of pipe, cut it in sections, glue it in. This is 1 inch, right? This inch PVC, yeah, it's 1 inch PVC. Buy yourself an elbow, buy yourself a, depending on how many hives you got, a 10-foot piece, or if you got it laying around, which I do, I have tons of this stuff laying around. Just cut it in pieces, and all you gotta do is stick it right up to the hole, put your ear to it, just like that, go like this, and you can hear them in there. If you do leave them on like I do, keep it face downward. You keep it turned down. Obviously, you don't want to keep it turned up, so if it does rain, the water's going to go in and go in the hive. So that's really just a cheap, inexpensive way so you can listen to your hives. So that's about it. I've rambled on pretty good here, about a half hour. So I'm 3/4 of the way set up for winter. All I got to do is put the sugar in and go ahead and wrap these hives with the insulation, and I've got straps that go around that, but I'll show you when I go to do that. But it's too soon for that. I don't want these hives way too warm yet. I like to have my bees clustering at night, breaking cluster during the day, clustering back again at night. They're not touching my pollen feeder yet. I'm gonna have to top that off. I'll do a video when I go to do that. That is about it. They are all set. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, they're all set. As far as that goes. And they'll probably be out flying today. It's a nice day, the sun's out, and there is snow coming tonight, but not a lot. I think maybe an inch, but it's all gonna just melt. The ground is way too warm still. It's not snow plowing weather. I've got a bunch of my Filipino friends that wanna see snow, and I'm gonna make some videos in the snow for them too. They all wanna see snow, so we'll do some beekeeping videos out here in the snow. all you guys down south don't need to worry about the snow, plowing, so any of that stuff. So anyways, that is my story. My bees are ready. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. I really, really appreciate it. Tell all your friends. Ring the bell. Ring the all notification on the bell so you don't miss any upcoming videos. You'll get all the notifications. The next video we do, we'll be putting the sugar in, which ain't going to be for a little while yet. I shouldn't say the next video. There could be something in between. But as far as this part goes, we won't be doing anything else till we put the sugar in. So until next time, YouTube, I will talk to you guys really soon. All right, bye.